Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. In this video, I will discuss with you the history of Israel. So, first of all, we will discuss the introduction, the contents. In the introduction are Zionist movement to unite the Jewish people of diaspora and settle them in a Palestine. It arose in the late 19th century and culminated in 1948 in the establishment of the State of Israel, Zion, 1890, by the Assyrian Jewish philosopher Nathan Greenbaum. So, the history background. In the 16th century BC, the Jews were exploited by the Babylonians. Over the century, the Jews of the diaspora associated the hope of their return with the coming of a Messiah, a Savior, with the coming of whom God would send to deliver them. Individually, Jews often migrated to the Palestine, but there remained a small minority among a largely Arab population. So, attempted assimilations in Europe. This process being in the 18th century with the Hashkala, a movement inspired by the European Enlightenment and initiated by the German Jewish philosopher Musi Mendelssohn. The liberal Jewish and reform movement sought to reduce judgment to the religious documentation along Jews to adopt the local culture. The achievement of the political equality by European Jewry began in the French Revolution in 1791 and spread over most of the Europe during the next few decades. And the anti-establishment and Jews' reaction in the second of the half 19th century organized anti-Semitic parties emerged in Germany and Austria-Hungary. In Russia, the accessions of the Israil acclaimed to in 1881 unleashed a way of a program to escape a proscription. Large number of Russian Jews emigrated to the West, primarily to the United States. So a smaller number went to Palestine, which was under a Turkish rule in mid 19th century. European Orthodox rabbis adopted the traditional behalf. Okay, so Theodore Herzl, a writer and journalist of Australia, founder of a modern political Zionism, published a pamphlet in 1896 advocating the establishment of a Israel, and Herzl is considered one of the great influence on the formation of Israel and the foundation of a Zionist movement. Herzl secured audience with the German Empire William II and the Sultan Abd Ahmed II of Turk, but was unable to secure their supports. In 1897, Herzl organized the first Zionist Congress in Basel, Switzerland, and Herzl directed his diplomacy toward British, but the British offered to investigate the possibility of Jewish conquest in the East Africa, so the Karl Andegan scheme and nearly split. So, Balfour Declaration and World War II. During the World War I, the British promoted the Zionists. The declaration contained in a letter from Foreign Secretary Arthur Balfour and Cham Wismania approved in an establishment in Palestine, and it is also in the 19th century British government approval of the Balfour Declaration. And so when is the sports of women's, and the next is the interwar period. During the period of British mandatory 1922 to 48, and the Albert Einstein, what they said. So Einsteins are the said by the awareness and the Einstein nature of the ideas of justice state with the border and the army. And David Ben-Gurion served as the first Prime Minister of Israel, and when the country was created in 1948. So this is all about the history of the Israel, and the first Prime Minister of the Israel is David. So I hope you like my video. Thank you so much.